Hello and welcome. It's yours truly again, G Styles. Thanks for joining me for this session. There's this quote that I came with on my mind today that says, "To live is the rarest thing. Most people only exist." What that means is very few people actually move life in the direction they would like it to move. Only a handful actually do that. Most people really just live life by mistake. They just goes to bed, sleep, wake up, whatever happens the next day happens. They go to bed, sleep, wake up, and then that is it. Year one, year two, all the way until they leave this earth. But is that how it should be? I honestly do not think so. Why would you want to be like the early Indians when they came to the East African coast? They were purely driven by winds. You can imagine those that did history. Indians were driven by the monsoon winds. Their ships were driven all the way to the Indian coast by Indian Ocean coast of East Africa by monsoon winds. Do not be driven by monsoon winds. Make proper moves. Live life like you'd want to live it. Now, speaking of living life the way you'd want to live it, there is something called a bucket list. A bucket list is something that you prepare, a list that you prepare for things that you'd like to do while you live. It should not necessarily be things about your career, because I know you would want to say, I want to do a master's, I want to study this and that. No, it's really just about anything that is exciting. And we all know exciting things are not necessarily things that everybody thinks are exciting. Getting a master's, everybody would think, yes, is very nice, but you might think of some other things that none of us even cares about, but it's fulfilling, right? So it's important for one to have a bucket list. Today, I would like to share with you some ideas of, items to put on your bucket list, and then, see if you can have them or even add to them, but then give you an idea of how a bucket list should look like. First, I would definitely recommend bungee jumping. Bungee jumping, because it gives you a feeling, that thrilling feeling of, I'm going to die, but not really. You know how, bungee jumping. So you stand on a cliff, you're tied up properly, and then dropped off of the cliff into the water, but then they don't allow you go deep into the water. They pull you out, and then you're safe. So you get that near death feeling of, I'm going to die, then you don't die. So I think it would be exciting. That would be the first thing I have on my bucket list. Of course, it doesn't need necessarily to be the first, but put them among the items that you have on your list. The other one is about visiting one of the wonders of the world. There are 7 wonders, 7 or 8. I read sometime that there were 8. But somebody dropped that in the comments and helped me know if there are 8 or 7. But those 7 wonders are amazing, beautiful cultural sites that are going to blow your mind, especially when you get to learn of how they came into existence. So visit one of those. The pyramids in Egypt could be one of those. The Great Wall of China. There are beautiful places in Brazil. Add that to your list and then go visit one of those places and change what you think about life and history and culture and yes. The third item for me would really be to go and live in another part of the world. Many of us have grown up in places where we've grown up, adopted those cultures, learned how people do things, and we expect everybody out there to be doing exactly how we do, right? So it would be nice for you to go out of that space, go to a completely different place. Imagine leaving Africa and going to a place in, say, Peru. Of course, I don't mean Peru in terms of Peru, I mean Peru, the place. You go, you go live in Peru, deep in a village in Peru, get to adopt their cultures, get to learn how they do their things, get to eat their food, live with them, be like them. Wouldn't that be exciting? It doesn't have to be Peru, but any place that is going to be outside of, the kind of environment that is similar to yours. The other one would be reach your weight goal. Many of us set these goals of, I would like to be this light or this heavy, but then you never work towards that, right? So set a goal and actually be serious about it, and then start to dream about you seeing yourself in that shape. that you dream about. It's possible there are people that honestly think they are too healthy that they just cannot be a certain size, but I can tell you, put it on your bucket list and then push in that direction. I can guarantee you're going to pull it off. Now for me, I have some silly ideas that I would like to have on my bucket list. One of them is to, you see how I drink my water all the time? I would want to get a baby bottle and move around with it in public sometime. I don't know how that is going to work out, but I really need to do something like that sometime. Yeah, so moving around with a baby bottle. Who knows? You might want to try that out too. Try it out and we see how it goes. The other exciting thing would be you trying to recreate a scene from your favorite movie. We've all watched these exciting movies and actually get a crazy movie, one that is going to disturb you a little bit, trying to recreate. Put everything together. If there was a chair, put the chair in the place where it's supposed to be, put a bottle where it's supposed to be. Try to recreate a scene and then put it on tape, record it. It would be super exciting for us to watch, including yourself, and it would be a nice challenge for you. So think about that movie. I think if I were to do that myself, I would try to recreate a scene in The Dictator, General Aladdin. Super exciting movie. I've watched it over and over and I can never get tired. And it's crazy. So I'll pick out one of the scenes and try to rebuild, probably talk the way he does, and then, see how it works out. Speaking of crazy ideas, be careful as you think about crazy things to do. I was talking to somebody that was saying, when I was discussing the bucket list, they said one of the things they would like to do is to fart in the elevator. You can imagine. Make everybody uncomfortable because you would want to tick off something on your bucket list. Please do not do that. I don't recommend that one. No. Think about other things. That one, don't do that. Yeah, so we all have friends, and some of you have really nice friends that you call, your man. You say they are the shit. My friend is the shit. My friends are the shit. Your friends ain't shit. So if you really have a friend that is the shit, how about thinking of making them a poop-shaped cake for their birthday? Since they are the shit, make them a poop-shaped cake and make sure they eat it. How exciting will that be? Try it out and then make sure you remind them on that day after they've eaten it that they got that kind of cake because they are the shit. Let's see how that works. And lastly, go on pilgrimage. The people that have gone to Jerusalem, there are those that go to Mecca and many other places. If you're a religious person, for me, I'm religious, but then I would also like to go to Kingston, Jamaica on a pilgrimage. Me want go a jam down for a pilgrimage. There are many great people out of Kingston, Jamaica that have inspired how we live life today. They've inspired the arts, they've inspired music, and Jamaicans are everywhere right now. And the reason I respect them, leave alone the good music from Bob Marley and Buju Banton and all the champion man them where me respect, they really went against all odds to be a respectable people in the world. They were previously slaves, but then dumped there and then with nothing, and somehow they flourished and they're a very respectable brand, if I may call it, and we all revere them. So on top of the beautiful land and the beaches, and when I say beaches, I mean beaches in the sense of beaches, I would really want to go eat some mackerel, yam and banana, probably walk on the same land with those great men and women. I've read their history. I honestly revere. I recently started doing some music, and of course I could not sing in any other genre. I had to do the dancehall thing where me love. Me I love music from the people them from me eye there and you don't know. So it would be only right for me to go on a pilgrimage to Kingston, Jamaica. Of course, if you want, you could try out that, but now that is something that might sound silly to you, but I think I really need to try it out. So, that said, go ahead and prepare a list. Think about things that are exciting that you really feel like you'd like to try out. Everything is possible, I guarantee you that. It's possible this channel is going to be one of the greatest channels. It's possible for me to go to Kingston, Jamaica on a pilgrimage. It's possible for you to go visit all the 7 or 8 wonders of the world. It's possible for you to do anything. You just need to put your mind to it, right? So prepare a list, wrap your mind around it, and then work towards achieving. I'm going to leave you with one quote. I don't even remember who said this, but they said, in between goals is something called life. You know, as you set goals, there's that thing called life that has got to be lived. Please live it. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next one.